All right. Man versus 50. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right.
I'm excited about our series that we've started.
Yep.
Stronger Together, Real Marriage Tips.
Yes.
From the person that's been married 29 years
Yep.
and the other person that's been married a few months.
29 days. No, just kidding.
Yeah. And well, kind of. So we're doing this series and there's going to be multiple shows. Obviously, the first one is about communication. This one is the number 2. It's about date night. So we're going to kind of talk about how we approach this topic because it seems to be a thing, right? And kind of give what we think people's perceptions of it are and kind of how we approach it and if we're doing a good job at it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and if Lori would say you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, 29 years, you're doing something right.
I didn't do this right, but yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about date night. Okay. So we're talking about like kind of why it's important to a marriage. And I think it's important because I think it's that time for two people to kind of reconnect emotionally. I think it is kind of reaffirming your love and getting away from the distractions of everyday life just to kind of focus on each other. Now, so date night, we 100% agree it's a great thing, right?
For sure.
What does date night mean? That's, I think, the huge question people have or get confused of what it should be because, you know, it's not, you know, caviar on a yacht in, you know, Paris or whatever, not Paris, but you know what I mean, in the seas, you know, off the coast of, you know, Greece or something like that. So it's not that. But so with that being said, give me your 29 years into a definition of what you think date night is.
So you said it as we started. It's a time together to just kind of separate and disconnect from all of the things that are the world.
Right.
And a lot of times it's just so you can talk. Right. Because if you remember when you dated and you went out, you know, you went to dinner, but you talked, or if you went to whatever it was that you did, you were connecting to one another. And so the date night is important so that connection can happen because, you know, both of our boys are grown, but as the boys were growing up, Lori and I, you know, we're going opposite directions, and it's important, to have time together.
And so, again, I have a really bad analogy, but maybe it kind of makes sense. So I feel like date night is kind of like home officing versus going to the office. And let me explain this. I know it's weird, but it's hard sometimes to work from home because there's so many distractions. You find little things to do. Oh yeah, I forgot to put up the laundry, or whatever. So I think going out of the house to do something is important. And so people might say that, oh, we do spend a lot of time together at home, but are you really spending time together? Just because you're under one roof doesn't mean you're together. And again, I think there's a lot of distractions. So I think getting out of this area to go do something is important. With that being said, I think it could be also, I think what Michelle and I do really well is pretty much at 6 o'clock, we cut it off. And so we go to this, it's like a living room, but it's kind of like closed off with a door, glass door, and we watch movies and we hang out, we eat in there, we do everything in there just together. Okay. So we do this like every night. We go to this area, you know. So I think that is really good to kind of like, that's our decompression. That's our night. That's our time together. And she does, you know, even though the kids are here, they kind of are at that age, they're doing their own thing. But she does a very good job of separating that. And so that's kind of our date night. When the weekend comes, we also do stuff that's outside the house. the spa's open on Saturdays till around 2.
Mm-hmm.
Usually after that, we'll go to a restaurant or something, have some wine and appetizer, and then come home and do dinner or whatever. So, and then Sundays, church, lunch, whatever. So we've done a really good job of making time for that stuff. I think where we could improve is the going out, like maybe more movies and things like that. So that kind of brings me to the next part of this is, I think we get busy, we get distracted. Yeah. There's money, there's time, there's all these things that get in the way. So how have you dealt with that?
Well, for a good portion of our married life, I was in the hotel business, and so I worked nights, weekends, and holidays, and so we didn't have date night, and the hotel business just didn't pay very well.
Yeah,
I mean, it put food on the table, roof over our head, food, clothes on our back. We always had what we needed, but the time for us was more, we put the kids to bed and we would just sit, and sometimes that was our date night. That, Lori had gotten some ice cream at the store, and so we had ice cream that night. So something that I've tried to think about, we always talk about our families, our parents, grandparents, what did they do? Well, my grandparents didn't have date nights. My parents didn't have date nights.
Right.
I don't want to say that it's, that it's a new thing, because it's not new, but I don't know that, I think our lives today are just so much busier. So we've got to carve out time where our parents had that downtime together. They didn't have to go out to get away from the distractions. I think they had it at home. And that's not saying that's anything negative with us, right? And that our generation. But I think that there are just so many things. And here's, you had an analogy. I've got one. I used to play baseball. Baseball happened in the summer. That was it.
Right.
Now it's year round.
Right.
And granted, it's, different seasons per se, but it's year round. I think that can be applied to practically everything.
Yes.
So we've got to carve out time.
I think you bring up a great point, and I would love to research how old the term is date night. And I bet it's not that old.
It's not. I haven't researched it, but
for married couples.
Right.
And you bring up a good point that I guess I really haven't thought about. I've thought about it subconsciously, but not now that you mention it. There are so many distractions that we deal with, and 90% of it is just that damn phone.
Yeah.
And it is it's nonstop. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, there's people, sometimes I'm walking in the mall or something, or walking just around Market Street or something, and these young kids almost bump into me. Those damn young kids, but still, they're just in that phone like it's nothing. At the gym, they're sitting on a piece of equipment on that phone doing 2 sets every 30 minutes. I think it has just consumed us. And you wonder what life was like before. It's sometimes I do love the fact that I can look something up. I love the fact that I can order something on Amazon and get it.
Yeah.
But man, it's what life do we miss the most? Do I miss...
What's the cost?
Yeah. It's I think people have become so disconnected in a way. Connected, but disconnected, if that makes sense. So I think we're all intertwined. We can have access to anybody we want at any time for the most part. But a lot of these kids, these people that I see, it's not even kids, it's just people in general, really don't communicate very well at all. And
they don't.
They live their life in these expectations through what's fake for the most part. It is so scary now. There's things I'm looking at online. I don't even know if it's AI or if it's real.
Yeah.
And so not to get off into a rabbit hole, but I think all these distractions, all these different things, false expectations of what people should have, what people should look like, it's just all like, and so I think going back to our point, when it comes to a relationship, I think people fall short when they try to compare themselves or live through these false expectations and it's also a distraction of what they're doing, to where you have to literally call this or invent this term date night for married people.
Yeah.
So you can actually say, hey, babe, do you want to go out and just spend time together? And it's kind of crazy that we have to do that.
Yeah.
But to your point, my grandparents didn't go out to dinner. They were just happy to have food on the table.
Right.
And
I remember my parents, I mean, getting a babysitter. You know, one of the girls from church came over and babysat us so that they could go out. But I mean, that was it's very rare. Well, we should research it and find out. You know, how old is this term?
It's interesting.
But I don't. The thing that you've got to be careful of is not letting date night become selfish. Because you have responsibilities that require your attention. And I'm talking about a family. You've got to be a part of your kids' lives.
Oh, of course.
And so,
of course.
Well, I think we can see a lot of it's about me. You know, how does it make me feel? And okay, well, look, there's a point where your feelings don't matter.
Right.
You know, and you got to take care of yourself. But I sincerely believe that.
Right.
You've got to take care of your family.
Right.
And if spending money going out on a date night just financially is not feasible, then you don't do it.
Of course. And I think, and that's a great segue into the next part of this. I think ideas, you know, that I was like kind of looking up, you know, like we're very fortunate, you know, to live where we live, and Market Street waterway is gorgeous.
Yep.
And honestly, like we would take a blanket and a bottle of wine and go just sit by the water. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're just fortunate we have access to that. I think these things can be simple. I think people get caught up in the money part of it. It doesn't really, it's not that, it's quality time.
Yep.
And it's just quality time doing something, a bike ride.
Right. I've got my list.
Your list.
I do, but this one, well, that one, no, that could be free. That one costs money. Yeah. A lot of this is free.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it doesn't, it's not about there's not a dollar amount that qualifies.
Right.
Oh, okay, we had a date night.
Right.
You know, we spent this much.
So, okay, so we went to, I mean, I'm gonna like probably tell you too much, but you know, we went to Destin a couple weeks ago. We love going to Florida. And it's like when we go there, it's just like, you know, I see friends of mine go to Cabo and things like that, and they're out partying and whatever. It's not in me. I've never been that way. I mean, maybe I went through, you know, when I was young, a phase. Yeah. But I'm just not. I just, that world is not for me. I don't know. I mean, whatever. So, and you know, we go to Florida, and we're just like old people, I guess. I don't know, but we would go. We were very routine oriented people. So, you know, we have these places we like to go for brunch, and then we come home, you know, at the beach, come upstairs, we shower, put on our comfies, and play about 40 games of Uno. Yeah. And it's just her and I playing Uno. 3 to 4 fights, maybe. Oh, because for some reason she continues to think that when I win, I cheated because I held on to the draw 4 too long. So it's very confusing to me of how I'm going to sidetrack this because I have to get this story. We're on our honeymoon on a ship, and it's getting to the end of the hand, and I have 2 cards left. Okay. And one's a wild and one's a color, right? Okay. So I put down the wild,
Uh-huh.
And before I have a chance to call the color, she goes, Uno. And I go, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I go, I get the chance to call the color first before I say Uno. It was like a 25-minute argument. I chat GPT'd it. Rule like 43005.2 of Mattel says you can discard a wild.
Uh-huh.
You get to say the color first, and
Then you say Uno.
and then say Uno.
Huh?
No, that's not right. I'm quoting Mattel, but that's not right. This was a drag out. We actually stopped playing, and I got it. It's hilarious, dude. I have a piece of paper in the Uno stack of the new rules that we've agreed upon.
Oh, wow.
Before we got to play again, because we weren't going to have these arguments. So here's, this is the rule now. This is rule. So we had to write our own rules, so we won't have any more arguments.
I don't play Uno. I get mad. I do not like that game, and everybody knows it.
God, I love it.
Well, I am not able to play it, and everybody knows it.
But
And the kids keep making up rules.
yeah, yeah. Well, the new Uno game is terrible.
They just bring up,
cannot
keep
stand
drawing. Why do I keep drawing? Well, because you don't have the colors.
Right.
The rule is you draw one. If you can play it, you play it. If not, it's the next person's turn. That's the rule. Well, the new rule is I'm not playing by new rules. Anyway.
Yeah, it's
all right. We've gotten sidetracked.
But we love this game so much that I found vintage Uno cards and we ordered those. So I have the old ones that actually say, draw 2, draw 4.
Right.
So.
That's cool.
Anyway, my point is something as simple as that.
Yep.
Is us spending time. There's no phones, except if you have to Google the rules of the damn game. There's no phones. There's no, it's just us.
Yep.
And that's a date night.
Yep.
I don't care what else is going on in the world. Here's my time. And I make a good point because you've texted me late at night before, and I text you back like 10:30 or something late because I put my phone down around 6 because I'm just sick of it. I'm on it all day. I'm sick of it. But that's me giving her my undivided attention, for the most part. You know what I mean? So
I know what you mean.
But again, I think these are just small things that people can do just to say, your time is valuable to me. I want to be with you. And a lot of people will be like, oh, you're newly married. This will go away. But it doesn't. You keep doing it, and it's very important to be and have a successful relationship to be doing things like this if you want to last 29 years. Obviously, if you never gave your time unconditionally to Lori, she would this won't last, right?
Exactly.
And you had 2 boys, they're doing their thing, whatever, but still you found a way to navigate through that and give her time. Right? Because that's how you guys lasted.
When we first started dating, it was go out all the time. We got married. We still had our time together. We didn't call it date night. We just went out to eat or, whatever. We have the kids. Okay. This is a third phase, right? So there was dating, engaged, right? And then newly married, and now we have kids. It's a new phase. Yeah. Well, we don't have the money to go out to eat. Or, if we did, we were taking the kids with us because we wanted them to be a part of that, that outing. So, and now we're in the phase where they're grown and gone, and we do go out. Yeah,
you're back to we're newlyweds.
Kind of back to that newlywed phase, so we do spend time. And it's, there isn't, I don't look back and regret any of it. Now, I started by going, I didn't do a good job at it. I should have made more time, and I could have, but I didn't. Right. And I can't change that, but I can change it going forward. Right. And so I just make sure that the time that we spend together now is valuable.
Right. And I tell you what, it is tough because by the end of the day, I don't know how you are, but I'm a lot more tired than I used to be. And I just think, but again, it's like I said last week, once I'm out of the house, once I'm going, I'm fine. Yeah. It's just getting me out is the problem, And I think that I need to do a better job of being aware because she's, we just have different schedules and what she's doing. And I got to be honest, like, even when I'm in the spa for like a couple hours, like it's exhausting. Like it's 99% women. It's all talking, and she's consulting, she's selling, she's, they're psychiatrists. She's like everything, and it's a lot. So when she gets done, I know she's exhausted, right? So it's nice to get out and just let her decompress and do stuff. But, I have to be aware that, hey, we appreciate that stuff. I appreciate it. But yet, let's get away from it and go enjoy each other. Right. So, and I think we've done a good job of it. You can do better. Everyone can get better with whatever. So I just think for people listening that lesson number 2 is, definitely carve out time. You're never too busy, right?
Right.
I mean, you and I send a ton of videos to each other on Instagram, stuff like that. And I think what happens if we carved out that hour of all that time? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm being facetious, but we waste so much time doing other stuff that we could be doing for someone. And it's something as simple as an Uno game or whatever makes all the difference in the world. Because even though we're competitive and fighting, whatever, it's still us connecting.
Yeah.
So I just think the biggest takeaway from this, don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't need to involve money. It's just your time. Your time alone with her or him, and just focus on it and give it to them. It's like a love language. Just give them your time. Say, babe, this is for you. This is about you. What do you want to do?
One of the best date nights that we had was not that long ago, probably 6 months ago. We went to we just went to go have dinner, and a very casual dinner. And I looked up a list of 100 questions for date nights. And I mean, it was, as simple as what's your favorite movie to what's the favorite thing that I do for you. I mean, some of them were deep, and it was fun to sit there. And Lori was like, wow, okay, I really like it when and it was very good for me to hear those things. Then I was able to do the same for her, but anyway.
I think sometimes we get in our head what the other person likes or dislikes. And again, it goes back to overcomplicating everything that you think they need. They're just like, we're all kind of simple creatures at the end. We just like, you're paying attention to me. You're affirming your love for me. You're giving me your time. That's good. That's nice. And that's all you need. So I just think, again, to your point, my point, wrapping it up, what's that? Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple.
Right.
It's just time.
Yep.
Put down the phone, go do something, and just focus on that person.
Yep.
And you will be amazed. Because I was reading when I was doing some research on this, the studies of people who do this have healthier relationships, are better connected, their intimacy's better, everything. It's like a ripple effect of everything that affects their life based on just that time.
Makes sense.
And it makes a lot of sense. So, all right, man, we'll be back next week with lesson number 3.
All right.
So in this nice series, Stronger Together. So subscribe and like us, and we love the comments too. So appreciate it, man.